Okay, well, my mind and heart was just flooding with thoughts this morning about, of course, Christmas and what meaning I give it. Everyone gives it a different meaning for themselves. I know when I was working at the Montessori school in Virginia, every year we have what's called I can't even think the name of it, but it's a celebration of different countries because different countries are represented in our school, and we honor their traditions, including their spiritual traditions. And so there are many different ways that people within our school would celebrate, and we would celebrate their traditions along with them. You know, uh, the Jewish teacher, we would do the Hanukkah with the lighting of the candles, and on and on. Diwali, which is an Indian celebration this time of year. So, yeah, it was about somewhat getting beyond the limitations of what meaning Christians give Christmas, which that is to be celebrated as well. But I've really, more and more, and maybe you're the same way, more and more, I forgive, which means release. I forgive the past in what's been created around Christmas. You know, even the date of Christmas is questionable. It's believed, and I don't know where I read this, but it's believed that it was in the summer when Christ was born or Jesus was born. So all of it has been changed and changed around to fit people's perceptions of what they want it to be and for them. So, so here we have, now we have Santa Claus, which I think takes first place in most families, especially if you have kids, which was made up from Coca-Cola ads. That's where that picture of Santa Claus comes from. It was born out of Coca-Cola ads. They came up with that to sell their product. So that's been many, many years ago. And that's, before that, it was, Father Christmas or, Saint Nick. But the Santa Claus thing we know is totally made up. Of course, everything's made up here, isn't it? So once you get a little taste of, I love Terry Dearmore's talks in that he gets into a lot of history and straightens us out with that. But Course in Miracles does that too, by the way. But yeah, so more and more I let go of the history and the traditions that have been made up around Christmas. And more I step into not waiting as Advent, the candles represent the waiting, the coming, the expectation, the anticipation for Christ's coming. More and more, I mean, yes, I will celebrate with people, and it's a time to be able to bring families together. I'm not saying don't, but I'm saying that more and more, it's an everyday Christ has come. Christ is me. I am it. I've just sort of put a bushel over my light, so to speak. There are clouds in my mind, unforgiveness, etc., that covers the light that is there. And all I have to do is to undo what is not true. Period. And then the light is revealed. It's as simple as that. It's simple, but yet not to the ego mind that says, I'm a body, I'm my problems, I'm my past, I'm my future, you know, that's labeled ourselves in whatever way. Your labels are different than mine. So the light has come because I'm it. I am the way, the truth, and the light, life. I just need to accept it and be willing to be undone of what I have made up. Undo the past that was never true, never the truth of what I am, including Christmas, Easter, all of it. I'm it every day. I rise every day. I die every day. I die if I'm willing. I'm willing to die to holding on to trying to make some life out of the past, bringing it along with me. But I can die to that every day and be reborn into truth, into awareness of truth. Sure, it's work. Is it worth it? Is the question. So, so every year, we would exchange gifts in our family. And there was, quite a few of us, especially when we started marrying and then having kids and, got a little interesting. So there was the one Christmas, and I think I've talked about this before, the one Christmas when I said, I'm not giving anyone anything except the little kids, just a little something. I'm not exchanging gifts. I'm not buying anybody anything. I suggested, why don't we, instead of giving gifts in form, why don't we write each other a small note that expresses how much we love and appreciate each other. So, everyone agreed, not happily, but they did. And we did it, and it was so wonderful, so beautiful. And so, it was after that year that my mom decided we're not getting gifts anymore. She was not happy about it that year, though. So, I think I'm going to do that with my kids, whether I get them something solid or not. I'm going to give gifts of the heart this Christmas. I'm going to send notes, cards, whatever, expressing what I appreciate and love about them. And maybe friends as well. And make that my new tradition. Last time I spoke, I was making a new tradition of lighting my own candles during the Advent season. And I've been doing that. And I'm going to do that right now. This candle I have here. And let this represent, of course, as we are all fully aware, that this is just the tiniest of lights, sparks that resides within my mind, that is the symbol of what I am. But in reality, in truth, I'm a million, billion, trillion times brighter than this. Wow, just think about that. I am the light of the world. I'm the extension of the light that created me as the light. So I will keep that burning over here as a reminder for myself. So putting it under a bushel, under my fearful thoughts, my shameful thoughts, my unforgiveness, my judgments, all of that. keeps me from being what I was created to be, keeps me from being the light of the world. So, that little candle I just lit, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. All around the world, I'm gonna let it shine. All around the world, I'm gonna let it shine. All around the world, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine. Feel the joy. That was the reading today. Joy, joy. Feel the joy of that light. So let's come in for a moment. Get in touch with that joy, the light that I am. I am that guiding light that shows the way to others, the way to peace, to life, to truth. So we're going to do a little vision in our minds. We're going to picture ourselves around a Christmas tree. And it can be whatever lights you want on it. Colors, white lights, white, pure light of Christ. And sitting around the Christmas tree with you are all those that you know, have met, have thought about. Family, friends, enemies. No one can be left out of your light. Otherwise, your light is covered by that bushel. And under the tree, there are so many presents wrapped and ready to open. And these presents are not things, but loving thoughts. Thoughts of peace, joy, acceptance, healing, awakening, love. And it brings you such joy to be the one that begins to hand out these gifts. No one is left out. Joy just grows as the gifts are given. And what a joy to watch them being unwrapped. The joy that shows on each one's face. And the gratitude that is felt for these gifts. So let's just stay with it for a moment and experience this glorious Christmas. heaven shine through me, lighting up the world I see. Shine throughout the universe. Peace be to you. Peace be to me. Peace be to all, and the world be free. You I receive, to you I give. Together we share, and from this we live. From you I receive, to you I give. Together we share, from this we live. From you I receive, to you I give. Together we share, from this we live. From you I receive, God. To you I give, brothers and sisters. And from all this together we share. From this we live. I wish you a Merry Christmas. Wish you a Merry Christmas. I wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I wish you a loving Christmas. I wish you a loving Christmas. I wish you a loving Christmas and a Happy New Year. I wish you a peaceful Christmas. I wish you a peaceful Christmas. I wish you a peaceful Christmas and a Happy New Year. I wish you a light-filled Christmas. I wish you a light-filled Christmas. I wish you a light-filled Christmas and a Happy New Year. La 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 la. Let's envision that all of those people joining in a circle around the tree, holding hands, singing this song together. Just la la la. We know what the la la means, right? Yes. Here we go. La 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 la. Everyone's swaying and feeling the joy of the moment, the joining, the union, the celebration, the light, the love flowing through us as we sing and celebrate Christmas in our hearts and minds and with each other. La 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 Everyone begins to hug. Merry Christmas. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, everybody, put your hands up. Virtual hug. You gotta go do this,
La,
Leon.
la, 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 la.
And then it's the self hug. This one. Wow. Always love to kind of meet here on a Sunday and just prepare joy for the world. Although I have to admit, you bursted my carbonated bubble. I never would have thought that Christmas had anything to do with cocaine. I mean, just I thought that Coca-Cola gave that privilege to the both polar bears. I didn't think they gave it to Santa. So I'll have to do some research on that.
Yep, look it up.
Can
Google it.
you imagine? Can you imagine actually giving Santa the whole concept of Santa to a company like Coca-Cola, an evil company like Coca-Cola? No, I can't go there. No, I refuse.
Gotta forgive, right? Gotta
Um,
invite them under your Christmas tree.
that's like saying that Nestle's invented chocolate. Nestle's is a whoa, they are a
Yeah.
one evil company. Okay, so if you do some research on that one, you blow your mind. All right, on a positive note, now that I got the cat out of the bag, and the camel and the dog and and the polar bears, unmute your screen and share. Yes, Pam.
I think of Christmas as a time to center myself and think of all that is good in the world. Because on a day note, we're all inundated with what is bad in the world, what is negative in people. We're reminded of that constantly. I was raised Unitarian, unlike most people in Unity. In Unity, I went one step more towards Christianity instead of one step away from the the thoughts that most Christians have. So for me, to have Christ mean the Christ in me instead of the Christ that if I didn't believe in, I would not get to heaven, really meant that I became a little bit more religious instead of a little bit less. The Christmas carols to me, I never listened to the words. I knew them all by heart. I used to go caroling with groups, different houses, and all they meant to me was that this was a time of year when everyone was kind and everyone was generous, and you could stop for a moment and you could give people, a small gift so that you showed them that you loved them. And I guess I was just raised to be very naive, but to be as positive as I possibly could be. And Christmas was a time that showed all that positivity that existed in the world. And, so when you're talking about everybody seeing a different kind of Christmas, to me, it's just the beginning of trying to be as positive as I can again in the new year.
I mean, Unitarian is not that far from unity, is it?
Yeah, Unitarians don't ever even talk about the role of Jesus. That's it's just not they, you go to, I mean, I can remember when John Kennedy was assassinated, and the Sunday afterwards, we went to church, and all there was all we did that whole time was sing Beatles songs. And that to me meant nothing. I mean, why am I singing Beatles songs? My president has just been assassinated. So, like I say, when I found unity, it was that the Christ mattered, but it was the Christ within me that mattered.
Thanks for sharing that. And you've
Can I
been
interject something in
that's why we're
here?
recording this too.
Oh, no,
Yes, Jane?
no, we're still recording, so I'm not going to say what I.
Ah, okay. All right. Well, we have a segment for you too. And Bob and Patty have their segment as well, but they're not here with us. So somebody else?
It was a Unitarian joke.
Oh, okay. Yes, Leon?
Thank you, Donna. One of the things that that I was reminded of by your talk was that often to get to the light, we have to discard things, discard some of those negativities that creep into our lives. And I just want to thank you for that. So good talk.
Thank you.
It reminds me of a quote by Albert Einstein. He says, "Stay away from negative people. They have a problem for every solution."
Oh, I like that.
That's good.
Donna, I love the visualization of the tree and everyone gathering around the tree. It was just beautiful. I just visualized family, people who were here and no longer here, and everyone in my life, and including the enemies, that kind of thing. It was just beautiful. So thank you.
Good. Thank you.
And I'm
Okay.
going to light a candle shortly.
Wait a minute. Wait, hold on. I've got to boost my candle.
Nice.
See, the difference is that I light this candle from the bottom up, which is, metaphorical, of course. Somebody else before we close our.
I was reminded of Brian always saying, God is my battery, ever ready.
Ever ready.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. Okay, let's stop the recording so other people can speak freely.